Hey, what's going on guys? John here, and today I wanted to do a video review for the Moonybaby baby monitor. So in this video I'm going to walk you through some of the features. I'll show you what the baby monitor can do, take a look at the quality of the picture, as well as some of the different options within the baby monitor, and just give you some of my overall thoughts on this. So let's start with the baby monitor itself. You have a fairly large LCD screen here. It does come with a detailed instruction manual that really goes through all the settings and features. Everything's in color. It gives you really good details on how everything works and what to expect in terms of using it. It does also come in multiple languages, and it's fairly straightforward to set up and use. This does run off of an internal battery, almost like a cell phone, so if you charge this, you could take it and move it around throughout your house. So for example, I'm now currently down here at my wife's computer station, so if she wanted to have it in the bedroom while we sleep at night, she could have it plugged in there, but then bring it down here, maybe at night while she plays computer games or something like that. So it really works out very conveniently to be able to do that. Upon first boot, it just kind of gives you some idea of what's going on. So you have your sound level indicator, power saving on or off, and then your power on status LED. So right now you can see it's powered on with the green light. If I go ahead and hit OK, it now brings up the picture of the quality of the camera. Now, currently, I'm basically in the basement of our home, so I would roughly say, in terms of where the bedroom is, it's pretty far away, and I'm getting pretty much almost full, if not close to full bars on this. We do have a large garage space where I'm outside, and it's almost like, for most people, it would be like your next door neighbor. And if I bring it out there, I do lose signal. You do not have any Wi-Fi capability with this. So this is something to keep in mind if you're planning to use this extremely far away, like maybe if your child was on the third floor of your house and you plan to be all the way in the basement, it may or may not work. So that's something you just want to keep in mind with this unit. You can connect multiple cameras, and you can see right now we just have the one. We do have a very clear picture, and again, it is daylight right now, but the light's off in the room, and we do have a very clear kind of picture here of the crib. We mounted this on a shelf that's kind of above the crib, so typically we can usually see most of our daughter while she's sleeping or napping, but there's a little bit of a corner here, so just make sure you mount this in such a way that you're going to be able to see your child, and obviously can monitor them as much as possible based on where you mount the camera. You do have a nice antenna here. You can flip this up or down. I would also caution that we had one of these models previously. It wasn't this model, and our daughter ended up actually snapping the antenna on this. So if you let your child play with it, just bear in mind it might be worth putting this down if they're in the vicinity and you don't want to have this broken off like a toy. You do have some other options here. You can do pan and tilt, so I can actually move the camera up. I can move it way down. That's basically the lowest setting. I can move it left. I can move it rather left and move it right. And then I also have a talk option here, so you can talk right through it if you want. And there's also some power saving options. In terms of the menu, you can go in here and they have a bunch of different features. So if I go down, we have power saving settings. You can basically set up different camera settings. So if you jump into here, you have like scan mode. You can view the camera volume, add cameras, delete cameras. If we go back, you can jump into some of the sounds that this makes. So we have lullaby, we have a night light setting, and then we also have temperature settings, which is kind of nice to have. Typically in our house we added a mini split, and there's actually a vent that comes through the ceiling, and because our daughter's bedroom is a little bit smaller, it can get either hot or cold in there. So it's nice to see. Right now I can see it's 75 degrees Fahrenheit. And I get a better idea of what's going on in terms of like temperatures in the room. So you do have some settings for that in terms of like temperature alerts or calibration scales. You can also go into basic settings here, and this gives you a bunch of other things like auto noise reduction, time settings, language settings, visual sound level indicators. This will kind of warn you, if your baby wakes up at night, it'll obviously make noise. It does make a lot of noise as well if the connection is bad. You also have your time here, your volume settings, as well as screen settings and the battery indicator. So overall, I'm very happy with the baby monitor. I think if you're going to be using this somewhere that you want the security of maybe not having Wi-Fi, but it's still going to have good distance within your home, it probably work well. If you're in a situation where, in my case, I have an outside office in our garage that's almost like our next door neighbor in a sense, this will not work at that distance. So that's my only con with this. I have to use a Wi-Fi camera, which is a whole separate unit that I had to get in order to be able to go out in the garage and watch her while she's napping and things like that. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video review and found this helpful, and I'll talk to you later.